Hello everyone, how are you all doing? This is your Carlo here, back again with another video. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the end of week market breakdown on this Sunday in the evening, looking at the altcoins, looking at Bitcoin and seeing what is happening at the end of the week for the end of week, the weekly candle closure. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Cue the intro. Before we get started, you already know what to do. If you haven't liked and subscribed to the video, what are you doing? Sort me out, do me a favor, click that like button, click the subscribe button, and let's get this started. Okay. So let's get straight into Bitcoin, and as we like to do, we're going to remove the drawings so that we can draw and analyze on a fresh canvas. So as I like to do, it is identifying the highs and lows, the major highs and lows, and then seeing where price is at in relation to those highs and lows. So straight away you can see that there's a swing high here, which it tried to break above earlier, got rejected, and then is now broken above and it's tested it right here. It is yet to get anywhere near the all-time high or the highest high, but it's getting very close. Now we have a major swing low right here, which during the correction it broke below, but it looks like it was a false breakout to the downside. It's now back above. So if it closes here, this is definitely a positive sign, and if it can remain above there, potentially tap that again as support, so around 45k. You can see right here, if you can hold that level, then there's a good chance it's going to carry on towards, at the very least, 51, 52. So this is a good sign for sure. There's another low here which we can draw across, which is acting as a resistance. So this support level has become resistance, so tap that. If it remains as resistance, then we're going to see a reversal from here and maybe see some kind of consolidation. So we might see some bouncing in between these two levels if it doesn't break back above this area. So on defense, we want to hold this 45k level. On the offense, we want to break past 49.50 towards 52 and above. That's Bitcoin done. Now over to Ethereum, remove that. And let's get this started. With Ethereum, very clearly is a swing high. It tested it earlier, late August, early September, got rejected. Unfortunately, it tried to get back above, but there was too many sellers. This swing high became resistance once again, and it pushed it down. There is a little swing high over here, not a major level, but it's still a level nonetheless. And then it's just created a low right here, which could become a new support going forward. If this doesn't hold, then it's probably going to head down towards the next major swing high at around 2700. You can see it tapped this once and it was just short of it, which is a good sign. And now it's using all that rocket fuel to push it back up. If it stays above this level, then I would say there's a good chance we're going to head back towards the upper 3000s, really, towards 4000, and then when we get close to that level, it's going to be interesting to see how it reacts. If there's a massive reaction pushing it down, then it may end up going all the way back down to 2700, because if it tries and fails, it's a sign that essentially this mini bull run is over for Ethereum. So that's why I'm looking at with Ethereum. If it smashes past there with conviction, then we can say that Ethereum is going to go to the moon very shortly. It's over 9,000! So let's have a look at Polkadot. Similar to Bitcoin, let's have a look at the top of this area. The previous all-time highs around 40, 45. Major level, and then we also have a major swing low at 30. right there. Now there's a lot of things happening in between these two areas, but the bottom, as you can see here, is 30 and the top is around 45. There's a lot of levels in between, but we can say these levels are the important ones. If it stays above 30, then there's a good chance that we could see this getting tapped 35 and then even higher towards 40, 45. So the main thing we want to see is for it to hold this support level of $30. The next two areas you could say are these, probably this swing low and this swing high, this area right here and this bottom. You can see right here it tapped the top of this resistance, unable to get past and got rejected immediately. But what we want to see now is, of course, for it to hold 30, but also to get above this swing low, this support, which is now resistance. We want to see it get back above and get back into this area with Polkadot. But the main thing, as I said, is the fact that it's above this major swing low of 30. If it holds that, there's a good chance it will become support and it's going to carry on building towards the upside. So I would say Polkadot is looking pretty good for the meantime. Next, we'll have a look at another major cryptocurrency, and that's Atom Cosmos. I've covered this quite a lot. What I would say with Cosmos, let's just remove this. Let's start again. This is actually looking rather bearish.
You dare say that to me?
I would say it's had a good run, but now it's looking rather bearish. Reason being is because there's not a lot of levels in there. Of course, this was the new all-time high that's created up to $45. Although we have all these wicks, what we're seeing right now is downwards action. It's not really showing much sign of a reversal. Now it's holding these levels around $38, but there's no support areas in here to suggest that it's going to hold and then carry on to the upside. The only thing we can really see, as I said, is this swing high over here around $28, $30. I would say what I'd want to see is if it starts to drop, taps that level and then turns around, then I'll be a lot more bullish. But right now it's not looking like it's finding much support in this. There's not much to hold on to. Now we're seeing a lot of action, but to be bullish we will need to see another real test of the previous all-time high of that 43, 44, and then for it to try to actually get past there. Right now it's just holding essentially. There's a lot of profit taking and there's a lot of people still trying to get involved. So for me, ultimately with Cosmos, it's looking more bearish, and I want to see it tap 29.30 for all the profit takers to get out of the market, and then I'd probably want to get back in and add more positions. Next, we'll have a look at Perpetual Protocol, and we'll get rid of this. There isn't too many levels here to go off, but nonetheless, we gotta analyze it properly. We have this major level quite clearly, this area around $9, $10. When it finally broke above, it went to the moon and beyond, going as high as $25. It's now created a new swing high at around $19, $20. Very important to take note of that. And now it's attempting to create a swing low. What we can see though is to try to get back above, but a lot of selling happened. You can see this massive wick, a lot of sell side pressure. If it manages to turn this into a support level and start to build, that'd be bullish. But at the moment it looks like it's holding, but it's going to break down and probably go all the way down to $9, $10. That's how it looks at the moment. There's a lot of selling going on. There was a lot of liquidity, so we'll have to see how it starts in the next week. But for the moment, bears are looking to take control of this cryptocurrency right here. And so the main levels to look out for are $9, $10. But if it wants to turn around and maybe pick up a load more liquidity, then the next levels will be 19, 20. Next, we'll have a look at Ocean Protocol. Again, remove the drawings, start fresh, analyze this canvas. We have a major level around 61 cents. We can see another major swing low around 83 cents. which became support in this move right here. And above that we have another level around 110. You can see it tried to get past, but there were too many sellers at this level. Pushed it all the way back down to the main level at 60 to 63, 64 cents. It's holding for the moment, but it's not really showing much sign of bulls taking over. Just a little rejection, still better than nothing, but it's just a little rejection. Not really a strong run that we want to see. We want to see something with more strength to indicate that the bulls are taking over. But for the moment it's holding. If it closes there, it's a positive sign. It can build on this. Potentially it could be like a, you know, wave 1 correction and then wave 2.
Really?
So we'll have to see how it performs in the next week, but I would say it's positive that it's closed above 63 cents. So this is a good sign, but we want to see more of a reaction to indicate that there's more liquidity, that the buyers are back in control. So the main thing we want to watch out for is this support area right here. Next we'll have a look at MATIC. So MATIC, again similar to some of the other cryptos, not too much to go off in this area, but we have a nice swing high here. We have a nice swing low here. You can see clear support right there. And then we can also see from this was somewhat of a short breakout, and then it went straight back above and back into this area, this consolidation area between $1.05 and $1.80. So it's holding for the moment. If it holds this for now, there's a good chance that it's going to continue back to 160, back towards 180, as long as it holds this area support at $1.05. Very simple. We can also highlight this level. If it breaks below $1.05, there's a good chance it's gonna probably close around this area, maybe a little bit above, around 90 cents, but it looks good for now. Maybe it's actually somewhat of a long-term head and shoulders right here, right? Left shoulder, head, could be forming a right shoulder here, so it could be a reversal pattern on a larger time frame. So do watch out for that. And if it does happen, you saw it here first. Okay. And then moving on to AGIX, of course. Right, so we don't need to redo this. There's not too many levels to go off, but you can add a swing high right here. There you go. So with this, it's created a little swing low here. And these 2 weeks are indicating a lot of liquidity, but there's not too much volume. So there's buyers in the market that are pushing up, but there's not a lot of volume. We want to see more of a thick candle right here. So next week's going to be interesting. It's held 33 cents, but we want to see now is for it to kick on with this liquidity. We want it to kick on and then push towards 50 cents, towards 60. That's going to be the level I'll be looking out for, which is 50 cents. It's a key level, very it's a big even number. So if it holds this level, I'm looking for it to go back to 50 cents, and then we'll see what happens. However, I am still wary that it had a massive run since July until the end of August, that maybe there's going to be a bit more correction going on before it accelerates to the upside once again. So let's see. Important levels 33 cents and then 50 cents and 65. If it doesn't hold, it's going back towards 23, 24 cents. Now let's have a look at vechain. Remove those drawings. Got the top right here. It's still quite a bit too far from here. We've got a swing low right here, which is acting as support, and then we've got this level, which is previous support, which is now be resistance. We can say this level as well right here, an important level. Now of course we can add this level as well, but I like to go from the left to the right and from up to the down. So with the vechain, we can see this swing low acted as support. So if it closes here for the week, there's a good chance we're going to head at least towards 12 cents, if not higher. If that doesn't hold, if it starts to head towards there, gets rejected, this is going to be support once again. If not, we can potentially see 7 cents as the next major level. But I would say it's corrected a fair amount since start of September until now. So there's a good chance the sellers are now out of it, especially with a reaction like this. This is what I was complaining about with Ocean Protocol. It wasn't a strong reaction, but you can see here it's tapped this level, pierced through it, but instantly reversed and is looking to go back on the upside. So this kind of reaction is what we want to see. So there's a good chance, as I said, that's going to hit 12 cents, 13, and then probably above and head towards the previous support all the way up here at 16, 17 cents. So that's vechain. We'll end with Cardano and call it a day. So Cardano, this is what I drew from before, from the bottom to the top, Fibonacci. It's holding the 0.5 level, so it is looking like there's a good chance it wants to break above this previous resistance and then probably head towards, at the very least, around the previous all-time high of 288. So it's looking good at this level. We want to see more. At least it might tap it again, but we want to see more. We actually want to see it break that level with conviction, and then we can say Cardano is looking like it wants to attack once again. We had about 3 weeks of correction. This could be enough for it to now to refuel, get the sellers out, and then get the bulls back in control. But it's only an indication of reversal. It hasn't happened. We still need stage 2, i.e. to break this level. Otherwise, there's still a chance that it can break below the 0.5 level and head all the way down towards the previous high of 169, 170. It's still on the cards. We can't kind of rule that out yet, but this is a sign of the beginning of a reversal. So it's looking quite bullish. Right, so we'll close up for the week right here. I think that the market could be ending the mini correction that we've had. One of my favorite phrases now is we're not out of the woods just yet. I think that there's still a possibility that's it's more of a dead cat bounce where you have a correction, it bounces and it breaks through that floor that it created. But a lot of these cryptos are looking like they want to really push on to the upside. So let's be observant in this month of October. It's starting off well, but of course we've got to take it day by day and then take it on a week basis. So that'll be all for this week. Hopefully you got some value from that. See you in the next one. Peace.